How's it going, everybody? I'm Wattles. I hope you're doing well on this fine Friday. I think it's about time we return to the lore series. It's been far too long. The lore series is all about explaining or questioning things in the Minecraft universe. These videos are certainly overthought, but always fun. Today's topic is going to be the villager. I believe villagers are smarter than the common person may believe. These creatures sort of have a bad rep for, making the same noise over and over again and doing silly things like getting stuck in their own wells, but that doesn't mean they're not smart. Do you think villagers are smart? Share your thoughts down below. Smart is a curious term. Dogs are considered smart when they can do tricks and understand commands, but the same wouldn't be quite true for us humans. We need to do a little bit more to be considered smart. When I say the villagers are smart, I mean that they simply may not be as dumb as one would think after hanging around them for a while. They're smarter than pretty much every other Minecraft creature. Wattles, of course, the villager is way smarter than the pig and the cow. Well, yes, that is true, but why do I believe villagers to be smarter than we think? Well, for me, it really comes down to four main things. These four main things can be summed up as survival, food, jobs, and of course, magic. So let's go point by point, starting with survival. This is the building block for my whole argument in this video. Villagers wouldn't be able to survive in the way that they do, meaning in villages, if they weren't at least somewhat smart. Their villages would simply get raided or completely decimated if they didn't have any clue as to what they were doing. If villagers were as smart as, say, sheep, they wouldn't exist very long at all. The villagers are smart enough to know that when it's dark, it's definitely time to go inside and close the door. Not just go inside, but go inside, hide yourself away from the bad mobs. This is a pretty basic concept, but it's a start to this whole argument, okay? Moving on to the next point, which would be food and, I guess, agriculture. Now, this is a point that I've had to chop down quite a bit to keep the video relatively short. This point could definitely be expanded upon. With that said though, growing food may seem pretty simple, but it's actually really not. The idea of growing food was absolutely revolutionary in the grand scheme of the human species. Once a creature can gain control over its food supply, it can start to worry about other things. Villagers know this, at least to some degree. Villagers probably aren't farming just because it's fun or cool. Villagers could have easily chosen to hunt nearby creatures or even just farm animals from a pen, yet they chose to grow potatoes, carrots, wheat, and beetroot. Villagers will even share food too, which is another pretty advanced thing. Basically, there's a lot tied to how villagers get and deal with food that leads me to believe that they aren't just your average creature, again putting them smarter than we would think. Now there are a lot more complexities to this whole food thing, but I'm trying to keep the video moving here, so that's that. Moving on. Jobs. Villagers have jobs. There's the blacksmith, the farmer, the butcher, basic jobs. If the villagers can organize a society enough to have established jobs to keep them afloat, they're pretty smart. Villagers can also seem to understand value in some form. This is shown via trades. Sure, some villagers charge you obnoxious prices for relatively worthless things, but that's still showing a knowledge of some sort of value system. Who knows? Maybe that Unbreaking 1 book that costs you 20 emeralds is actually a Gucci Unbreaking 1 book. Magic. My final point in regards to the intelligence of the villagers really could be a topic of its own, but for the sake of this video, again, I'm going to keep it somewhat short. Illagers and witches, evil forms of villagers, can use potions and magic. I propose that perhaps normal villagers know these powers and could use them, but do not. Do you really think that a villager getting struck by lightning really teaches that poor creature all about potions? It just learns it from a lightning strike? Perhaps these magical powers are considered evil in the villagers' society, and they will get you thrown out if you start practicing summoning or any form of magic. Once getting kicked out of their original home villages, witches go on to live a solitary lifestyle located in the swamp. In the case of villagers, it seems that quite a few rejects decided to band together and create an establishment of their own. Illagers seem pretty unhappy with the villagers because when they are near the villagers, they will try to kill them. Perhaps they're not quite happy about being thrown out of their original home. So, it is for those reasons that I think villagers are actually pretty smart, or at least relatively. What do you think? Are villagers smart? Share your thoughts with me and everyone else down below. Would you like another video on anything that I went over in this one, like maybe the whole magic thing? Let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're looking for more lore videos from me, I do have a playlist that's down below and will be on the end slide in a few moments. Leave a like if you liked this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. And also don't forget to turn those notifications on so you never miss a video. If you really love what I'm doing, I do have a Patreon and you can support me directly, but only if you want. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. My name is Wattles. Go have a good day.